The morning after the party, Will wakes up with that foggy, guilty kind of confusion that comes from too much liquor and too many fractured memories, and the one thing he does remember is the heat of someone in the dark. He can't shake the feeling that what happened in Deacon's spare room at Il Giardino wasn't with Electra, even though his brain keeps insisting it was. So he turns to Sheila, because she was there, because she's part of the family, and because he trusts her more than anyone in that moment to help piece together a night he can't fully own. Sheila, of course, knows more than she lets on. She knows Luna slipped away during the party. She knows Luna is volatile and dangerous. She also knows what it would mean if people found out Luna is alive and implicated in that night's chaos. So she chooses to protect, to misdirect, to lie, not because she wants to harm Will, but because she is terrified of what exposure would do to her granddaughter and to the fragile balance she's been trying to hold together. Sheila's lie isn't dramatic in the way soap lies often are, it's calculated and maternal. When Will presses her for details, she shrugs with sorrow and says she didn't see who went into the spare room, but when pushed she plants a suggestion. Lainey flirted with him, Lainey was everywhere that night, maybe it was Lainey who crossed the line. That little seed grows fast because Will remembers Lainey being flirty and because an exhausted man wants a simple, non-terrifying answer. Lainey will deny it, loudly and with bruised indignation, but her denial only complicates things. Will keeps poking at the seam, trying to stitch fact to memory, and every answer Sheila gives keeps him one step away from the truth without letting him fall into it. The possibility that Luna might be pregnant puts a whole new spin on Sheila's behavior. If there's a child involved, Sheila's priorities shift instantly. Prison isn't merely an abstract punishment anymore, it would mean a baby born into fear, into a system that she knows will chew people up. So lying, spinning stories, pointing fingers at someone else, all of that suddenly has the justification of protecting an unborn life. And in soap world logic, pregnancy has always been the great deflector. Judges, juries, and even hardened family patriarchs soften when a life is at stake. Bill would implode if he found out his grandchild was fathered by Will under those circumstances. Liam's loyalties would splinter. Electra would feel betrayed and hollowed out even though she didn't do anything wrong. Those emotional landmines are exactly why Sheila hides the truth. For Will, the discovery that he may have been tricked is a slow burn. At first it's shame more than anger. How could he have let himself drink that much? How could he have been so reckless with Electra's trust even unknowingly? But as the pattern of omissions and gentle redirects piles up, suspicion turns inward and then outward. He starts replaying small things. The chill of a breath against his neck, the way the mask pressed in the dark, the faint perfume that wasn't Electra's. He asks other players questions that seem casual but are really probes. He checks his phone for photos or messages. He asks Lainey directly, and when her denial leaves gaps, he takes it as reason to look harder. So the truth is not safe for long, soap truths rarely are. Luna, for her part, can be a study in opportunism. If she's pregnant, she will almost certainly register the advantage. A baby would be leverage, a moral shield against prosecution, a bargaining chip to keep the Spencers from dragging her through the courts, and a way to ensure she stays woven into the family fabric even as everyone pretends she isn't. She might hide the pregnancy at first, play coy, or else flaunt the signs at strategic moments to manipulate sympathy. Or she might cling to Sheila's protection like a lifeline, begging and bargaining in private while letting Sheila carry the public burden of lies. Either way, Luna becomes both victim and predator. Victim of the choices and predator of the people who try to save her. The fallout reaches beyond the bedroom. Electra, when she learns of the possibility, will not be the simple wrong girlfriend trope. She'll be angry in layers, at Will for being vulnerable, at Sheila for lying, and at the whole rotten setup that allowed someone to be seduced under a mask. Bill, if he hears even a whisper of a Spencer grandchild connected to Luna, will go nuclear. He'll demand tests, he'll threaten legal action, and he'll try to buy control of the narrative. He's a man who protects his blood with nuclear intensity, and the idea of a child born into scandal undercuts everything he's built. The Spencer family will splinter into protectors and prosecutors, with loyalties tested and alliances shifting by the hour.